HBCUs are getting threatened because a racist white man got shot by another white man at a white-ass college in a white-ass state.
Only in America can a white man get shot by another white man and then somehow they blame black people. Like, the fuck do we do? Like,
how the fuck did we get involved in this? Like, we know how, but genuinely, how the fuck do we get wrapped up in this? Because Utah has the same amount of black people as you have fingers and toes, and half of them are probably Mormons, so somewhat kind of doesn't even count, because let them tell it they're not black, they're just cursed, according to their religion. So, where do we fit in the equation? Why are we facing retaliation for white-on-white violence that occurred on the other side of the country? Why do we have people threatening historically black colleges and universities on the East Coast to the point of those threats being so credible that the schools have to go on lockdown? Not school, singular, schools, plural. Like, why? Can we stop now pretending that we gave a fuck about Charlie Kirk? Like, y'all had your 24 hours of your moral superiority and your high ground and what the fuck ever, you saving face and your respectability politics and your tone policing, what the fuck ever. But now you see really what the fuck this is and what this always has been and what we've always told you that this shit has been. So can we stop now? Because we didn't even have shit to do with this and we are catching flack for your bullshit.
After the shocking death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, universities known for shaping black excellence are now facing threats that leave students, faculty, and alumni asking one chilling question: why us? What did we have to do with this? And today we dive into the urgent story and uncover why HBCUs have suddenly become the center of national attention.
Let me get this straight. A white sharpshooter neck splashed Charlie Kirk, ends him. And you're taking it out on black people. How we get in this? So white man A kills white man B, but somehow black people are the problem. And you want to take it out on 18, 19, 20-year-old black kids. How does that make sense? This shooting happened way in bumblefuck Utah somewhere. And now you want to threaten the lives of black kids all the way in Alabama, DC, etc., etc. Because we're staring down the face of white on white crime. And now 2 white children will grow up in a fatherless home, and we know how they end up. At what point do we just acknowledge that white people are black people's narcissistic, abusive exes that just keep running a ridiculous smear campaign to make the world think that we were really the problem when we're actually the victim?
7 HBCUs had to close their doors today and lock down after violent threats following the Charlie Kirk assassination. Despite the fact that the suspect looked like this. So many people correctly theorize that this would lead to escalating political violence, and unfortunately, as per usual, black and brown people are forced to bear the brunt of that. Hampton University, Virginia State University, Alabama University, and Bethune-Cookman University all received direct threats. Additionally, Spelman College, Southern University, and Clark Atlanta University issued shelter-in-place or lockdown orders just as a precaution. These are threats of terrorism, by the way. We don't have a motive. We don't even have the shooter yet. We have a suspect who's not even black, but we don't even have the shooter yet. But none of that matters because this was always going to be used as an opportunity to scapegoat black people. Because that's what white supremacism does, and Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist. This is not the first time, nor is it the last time that HBCUs will receive racially motivated threats. But this is the level of hate, of racial incitement that comes with violent platforms like Charlie Kirk's.
And just like that, MAGA shows their true colors. Multiple HBCUs are on lockdown right now after receiving credible threats all morning long after what happened at Utah Valley State and Charlie Kirk yesterday. And this shows how insane the right is.
3 HBCU campuses have received threats, and just like that, the threat of violence towards black people has increased within a matter of minutes for something that black folks weren't responsible for. Southern University and A&M have received threats so severe that they had to go to lockdown, not shelter in, not just stay inside, but a full lockdown, which means that the threats were really significant. Clark Atlanta has issued a shelter in place because of threats that they received. And because Spelman is in close proximity and we can all clearly see where this is going, they have also issued a shelter in place. Bethune-Cookman in a full lockdown. Again, not a shelter in place, a full lockdown, which means that they received significant threats of danger or harm. It's just so interesting to me how it doesn't matter who enacts the violence against people in America. Black people are always going to be unsafe, even when we're not the cause or the reason. And dare I say that this is in large part because of the rhetoric that somebody like Charlie Kirk and y'all president has been spewing for years now.
How the fuck is white on white crime linked to you wanting to attack HBCUs? It was a goddamn white person that took out Charlie Kirk. What the fuck does that have to do with black people? I don't understand. We getting blamed for everything. It's white on white crime. Go address the white folks in your community that's doing all the evil and effed up stuff. Why there should not be any HBCUs on lockdown? It's your fucking people. Make it make sense. I'm trying to I don't understand how the fuck this come back to us. I'm so confused. How does this come back to black folks when it was a damn white person? And in Utah of all freaking places. Miss me with the nonsense. And y'all are targeting HBCUs? We get blamed for shit that don't got nothing to do with us. You should be addressing your own fucking community, bruh. Make it make sense.
The situation unfolding at HBCUs is alarming, not just because of the immediate safety concerns, but because it highlights deeper questions about race, about politics, and even security in America. Now, historically, black colleges and universities have always been pillars of the black community, nurturing generations of thinkers, leaders, and even trailblazers. And yet, following Charlie Kirk's death, these institutions are finding themselves thrust into the spotlight, not as perpetrators, not as instigators, but as targets. Now, threats have poured in, lockdowns have been enforced, and students have been sent home, all while trying to grapple with the terrifying notion that simply being a black student at a black institution can be enough to place you in harm's way. Now, social media has amplified these fears, with alumni, and even students sharing first-hand accounts of heightened security, sudden evacuations, and the eerie sense of being watched. Now, many black Americans are asking the same question, that why are we being targeted when we had nothing to do with this? And that question is valid. There is no evidence linking these institutions to the events surrounding Kirk's death, yet they are facing repercussions simply because of the color of the students and the identity of the schools. Now, experts in security and racial politics warn that these incidents are symptomatic of a larger issue, and the automatic assumption of guilt based on identity rather than facts, a phenomena that has repeatedly endangered black communities across the country. Now, meanwhile, HBCU leaders are scrambling to ensure safety without causing panic, communicating with students and law enforcement, and seeking to maintain a sense of normalcy in an environment suddenly consumed by fear. And beyond the immediate threat, there is a psychological toll. Now, students and staff are questioning their own safety, experiencing heightened anxiety, and wondering if the academic sanctuary can truly protect them. And the national conversation is intensifying. Debates over race, politics, and media narratives are taking center stage. And critics are questioning why the response to the threats at HBCUs is different from threats of other institutions. Why historically, white institutions don't see the same immediate lockdowns from vague threats. And this disparity raises uncomfortable truths about systemic biases in how America perceives safety, innocence, and even blame. And as communities rally together, one thing becomes clear: HBCUs are more than campuses. They are symbols of resilience, legacy, and hope. And even in the face of fear, students, faculty, and even alumni are standing their ground, demanding recognition of their right to exist without being punished for a tragedy they had nothing to do with. And the story unfolding now is not just about lockdowns or threats, it's about identity, power, and even the ongoing struggle to project spaces that have historically been safe havens for Black excellence. And for HBCUs, this is yet another test, one that requires courage, solidarity, and an unwavering commitment to truth in the face of fear.